If you ever get the chance to work with Matthew Lillard, you're bringing Stu back.
No.
I don't give a shit.
Since we're on the topic, I say straight up, Stu is dead. Mason, thoughts?
I think his state of living is up to whatever will bring them the most money. So I think that's what they're going to decide.
Real talk. I love it.
That's true.
I love it.
Real talk.
Welcome to Real Talk After Dark, where we keep it real about life and film. How's everybody doing tonight? We have on board a special, very special guest.
Yes.
Mason Miles.
I'm doing quite fantastic. I have cake now.
You're not the special guest.
Hey, you're not the special guest, TJ.
But I'm feeling good, so leave me alone.
So how you doing, Mason?
Hello, Ryan. What's going on, man? I am, chilling, as they say. Having the time of my life, ready to hang out with a great group of pals.
Love it.
Let's see.
Dalton just had like a fan moment over here.
He's in Texas, isn't he?
I believe so, right?
Yeah.
Based out of Texas.
Yes, sir, down here in Texas, ready to go ahead and slash and gash.
Dude, that's the one thing that I absolutely love about technology is how we can connect like this, and it's almost like we're hanging out, man. But one of these days, man, hopefully when things go well, if we can raise a decent budget or something, man, and hopefully the scheduling works out, man, we'd love to get you down here, even just to be on set with us, even just cameo as Ghostface on screen, or even if that doesn't happen, man, you're definitely gonna come down for the premiere one way or another. So
It'd be fun.
We'll definitely talk about that a little bit down the road, because obviously tonight we're going to talk Scream, because Mason Miles is Ghostface enthusiast. I mean, this guy he knows his stuff, he knows his masks, he knows a lot about Ghostface in general. He's got you want to shout out your YouTube channel because he puts out some great content.
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead. I'm always down to self-plug.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, this podcast is brought to you by the Punkinachi YouTube channel. Very hard to spell, I'm sure. But just imagine the word punk, and then in, and then a chi, which is a totally real word. I swear I didn't just make it up.
The links will definitely be down below.
So what I heard out of that was it's a punk, a chew.
Exactly, punk sneeze.
Nice.
No, it's I got the name from a name generator a couple of years back, and I just kind of went with it. So there we go. But
it sounds like if Pikachu was grunge.
I like it.
That's awesome.
You're welcome.
I rock with it.
But so how Mason and I actually came in contact with each other is so we're working on a fan film called Director's Cut. It's a Scream fan film, obviously, and I was looking like all over the place for somebody to step in that had that that iconic voice. That it didn't have to be identical or perfect or anything, but then somehow I came across this young man. And I mean, there's a lot of people I reached out to that never actually reached back.
There was like one other guy, because you sent me.
Yeah, there was actually one,
and
and Mason and I actually was talking because he was curious who it might have been. I sent him a link to it, and I think he might have known who it was or have heard it before or something. But no, he was great too. No, it's no down on anybody. Everybody was great, but I came across Mason, and it was just like, I don't know what it was, man, but it definitely clicked. And
it sounded very close to Scream 1.
And then it's not just that, but I mean, and then getting to know him too over time, talking about Scream and just, following each other on socials and stuff. Seems like a really great guy. And not only that, but he's helped out with some of the masks. I sent him some masks out.
Oh.
And
they look awesome too.
Yeah, and he did a fantastic job.
That one over there.
Yeah.
So, the one here, right here on the desk too. So, he does some great work on that too.
When we had our Indiegogo, he even plugged it on his Instagram.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I'm like, that's really cool. We all just met him, and he was, top notch.
Yeah. And another cool thing is, I saw, or he's attached to another project. Is that coming out this year, or did it already come out?
The other fan film?
Yeah, because I know you got attached to another one that I'm really excited to watch.
So that one is Jaime, which is a shorter fan film. I think it's like maybe 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, that one we did. I think I'm mispronouncing it. Honestly, it's a Japanese word, so I apologize if I butchered it. But it's a Japanese word for scream, and it was a
cool.
fan film that they did.
I like that. Nice.
And it's I knew one of the creators, and I thought they were looking for a voice, and I was like, hey,
nice.
already doing a voice in one. I'd love to be Ghostface everywhere I can.
Dude, you got the talent for it, brother. You got the talent for it. So I mean, I can't. From what we've already discussed before and recorded with you already, I love and I already love the fact that because it's been some time has passed and you've you even have seen it, I guess, yourself. You've noticed in yourself that you've improved, and you've already reached out to me saying that whenever we go back to record, you want to re-record the lines we already did, which I think is fantastic. So I'm like, you want to do that? Let's do it, because I'm all down for it. So the fact that you recognize that and you feel like you've done better, I'm game for that. And I'm, as a director, I love that creativity and that work together where, somebody feels a way, I want you to express it and tell me, and then we'll work together and stuff. So I look forward to see what you do in the future and stuff. And I can't wait to do it, because I already loved what you did, but I can't wait to see what you do.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm sure people are listening in and like hearing me talk natural, and they're like, there's no way this guy's Ghostface. But the whole point is, you never know who the killer really sounds like.
Oh,
so good.
That's the whole trick, right?
I was waiting for it. There it was. It gives me chills every time, man. When we were recording those lines together live, dude, I was like, I was geeking out a little bit. I was like, oh my god.
He comes running upstairs. He goes, Sarah, listen to this one.
Yeah, I was like, immediately. I was like, you gotta listen to this.
That's what I was.
Dude, I got the same way.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. And I'm really looking forward to it, because I know that I know we're releasing it for the 30th anniversary, December 20th, 2026. But I do plan on 2025 this year, obviously, really just hammering down on this film and getting it started and completed, and then at least focus on the end and all of 2026 to edit. And if I feel any reshoots or any pickups or anything are necessary, we'll do it. But for the most part, I want to plan accordingly, obviously, and get what we need.
You didn't want to wait till the last 2 weeks to do it all?
No, well, we had to with Halloween, because that's how it worked.
that was just the deal.
Because the thing behind that, the behind the scenes behind that was that was the year that we found out we were pregnant. And I knew, and I've been wanting to do a Halloween fan film for a while, and we were planning on 2019 anyway. Yeah. But knowing that this was going to be, the last year that was going to be free for a hot minute, because obviously I've done my vlogs and the podcast, but I haven't done like any shorts since Halloween, and Scream's going to be the one we do. But it's just, it was definitely knowing that was going to be it, instead of waiting, like giving it time till 2020, maybe do it. But then COVID would have threw it off. Yeah. So everything happens for a reason, and we had to kind of shoot that in the fall. Everything worked out schedule-wise like 2 weeks before Halloween. So we shot it, and I had 2.5 weeks to edit it and get it up by Halloween. So
it was great. Honestly, it turned out really good.
Yeah. Honestly, if I had more time, there's some things I would, just because, you see things that maybe, and honestly, if we had more time and money, I would have liked to have added more to the story and made it like, an hour and a half instead of a 20-30 minute short.
You'd have put a block button on Robbie's face.
Yeah. which is why with director's cut, I'm really wanting to make it more, because I feel like you're almost going to probably know who it is if we do a 20-minute short. It's going to be quick to the pace, and I feel like to do it justice, you definitely got to make it, at least a solid, like, it doesn't even have to be an hour and a half, but it needs to hit an hour 10, hour 20. It needs to feel like a feature.
I keep laughing because everybody keeps seeing the teaser trailer, and they all think just because he smiles, they think it's Kevin. And I'm like, well, I'm not saying yay or nay. All I'm going to say is this: you're going to be really, you think you're going to know. And then boom, something else is going to happen.
Did you like that character reveal, Mason? That teaser we posted like, I guess, a year or two now, or maybe a year ago.
Oh yeah, with all the different
the characters unmasking. Yeah, and then we get some Ghostface, of course, from Mason at the end.
The one person that they don't think it is, they don't think it's Joe. Right. They're like, that dude doesn't even look like he would know how to handle a knife.
Yeah. We will find out in 2026, and obviously for those on set, we'll find out. And if Mason wants to know, because he's the voice, so he'll probably be voicing the finale. If you want to know the ending, or if you want to even save it for yourself, I've given the cast and crew that option for the final script. If you don't want to be spoiled, or if you want to go in knowing or whatever. So
you mean to tell me it's not Mason?
Maybe it is.
So I thought it was the whole time.
I'm giving everybody that option down the road if they want, when I send out the scripts, if they don't want the ending, then I won't attach it if they want that surprise. But obviously people that are going to be in it have to have the ending, obviously.
Right,
but,
yeah.
But yeah, no, we'll get there when the time comes. I look forward to it.
I remember when we did Halloween, that was one of the first things you asked me. You're like, do you want to see the ending? And I'm like, no, I want to be surprised like everybody. You're like,
yeah, he did.
I'm like, dude, but you're the main person. And I'm like, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Mason, this guy plays the main character, Michael Myers, and he didn't want to know how it ended. So I'm directing him how it ends. And okay, this is how it's going to happen. And you're going to get shot and you're going to fall like this. And this is going to happen. I need you to look at Lori like this. And so, yeah, it was all new to him on
think
the
about
spot.
it, though. We did that in one take, that final scene.
He did good.
Yeah.
And that's without me knowing anything.
Honestly, that probably helped.
I never knew that.
Let's just understand that TJ is also the same guy that wanted a coffee
Yep.
and
Damn
wanted to
right.
run up and get it
Yep.
right before it was his time.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew about that story, Mason, but at 3 o'clock in the morning, the main character on set, 15
It does
minutes
not
away
surprise
from
me.
shooting, was like, "Can I go up and get a coffee?" I'm like, "No, you can't go up and get a
Literally.
coffee. I can send someone to get you a coffee, but you can't go get a coffee."
You know what amazes me?
Idiot.
Fred's girlfriend was here, and we didn't utilize her for any of that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, I felt so bad for her.
So a lot of that like kind of makes me think, is that like off the fly stuff like from wrestling that you just
Kind of,
gotta,
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That makes so much
because
sense.
like I get asked all the time, well, how do you come up with your promos and stuff? I don't fucking know. I go out there and I gauge the reaction from the
riffing.
crowd, and
Sometimes
Cal
it's the
Ripken
best way.
Jr.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and so it's like when he asked that, he's like, do you really not want to know? I'm like, yeah, I'm being serious, and he's like, this is going to be interesting. He's like, you should know the ending, and I'm like, I don't care.
All
I
right,
just
so
like the idea of you filming a scene where you're dying and then it's like, no, this is the opening. I swear, it's totally not the ending. This is just how it opens.
exactly.
Hey, at least I learned all my lines.
Yeah.
I wasn't a prima donna and waited until I got there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a good thing. Is Michael Myers? He knew all of his lines, Mason. He knew that. He was good.
That's it's better than me. I already forgot the Michael Myers lines.
Right.
The iconic Michael Myers lines.
Right. So anyway, so I feel like I'm really excited about Director's Cut, and I could talk all day about it. And obviously, this is a Scream filled. So let's take it back, obviously, to the beginning, to Wes Craven, the man who this film is also we're going to dedicate to, the one and only, the great, taking us back to 1996, the original Scream. Mason, let's hear your thoughts, brother. Let's talk some Scream, man.
Yeah, the Scream franchise has been around since before me, which I think is
No
really
way.
Oh my god.
an
Hold
interesting thing
on.
to say.
Dude, you just
How
blew my
old are
mind.
you?
I'm from '98, so and the original came
What
in
the
'96.
fuck?
Thank you for making me feel old, asshole.
Oh.
I'm from the late 80s.
I was 7 years old when Scream came out.
That made my back
Oh.
hurt.
I was 9. Think about that. I was almost 10 years old. I was just a few weeks away from being 10.
That's wild, but that's so cool for being born after that. Because that's kind of like me with Halloween. I was born obviously after, but I love the Halloween series. But I grew up with Scream, so I'm very close to Michael Myers and Ghostface, which is why I'm doing a Ghostface fan film and calling it after that, because Halloween was supposed to be one and done. But Joe planted a seed.
Joe just dug in your brain.
He did. But
Planted the seed and then piled on top of
But
it.
I promise you, this is it. We're gonna make one awesome badass fan film, and then I'm moving on to original content. And I definitely hope to bring Mason on board for future projects outside of Scream and do some original stuff, because I know he talked about doing like acting and stuff too. So or anything down the road, whatever you want to be a part of, man. I definitely want to keep a tight Nick close group with some good people. So
That's the way to do it.
yeah.
So,
It's hard to find.
Scream 1,
So-
96.
Yeah, Scream
Man.
1.
2 weeks before Christmas.
For you to find it after you being. So when were you?
yeah.
How old do you think you were when you first were maybe introduced to Scream? Then.
So I think I was. It's so hard to remember whether the first Scream was the first introduction to Scream or if it was actually the parody Scary Movie.
Oh
But,
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I remember being a kid and seeing Scary Movie, and I remember, and I guess this is derailing a little bit, but I promise,
you're
trust
good.
me, I'll get back on track.
No,
I'll get back on track.
You're good.
But I remember finding it really funny, but also I was so little. I was like, this is also scary. So I had very mixed feelings about it. I just know that I was laughing when the girl was still talking after getting beheaded. I was like, oh, that's a good gag.
That was probably Scream.
Yeah, no, this was a scary movie. It was Halloween. It was Halloween. No, but yeah, no, I remember that, and then the sound effects went back to scaring me of the knife, and then getting into the actual Scream franchise. I think what attracted me most is the mask, and here's a controversial statement or take. I actually am a bigger fan of the Ghostface brand than I am the Scream movies. Let that sink in.
Okay.
That's fair.
Interesting. No, that's interesting.
I love the movies. I like the costume more.
Dude. And honestly, I love that because it's cool to hear that as a fan base that we all still have a fascination for this character, regardless if it's the character itself or the movies or whatnot. But the love for it and that stuff, like that's really interesting though to hear because I've never heard that before. So that's cool. I love that though. I mean, it's different. Take. I love it.
I would honestly have to agree. I think the costume is like the coolest part about Scream.
Dude, Ghostface is awesome. I mean, I've always wanted to own a Ghostface costume, and then I finally, like the 25th anniversary when I was doing my research, and I found out the whole, because I owned the harder plastic for a while, but then when I found out that there was like that vinyl, I was like, man, I want that. So I got one, and then of course, obviously, when we connected, and I found out that you did, I'm going blank on the word. What's the word for like what you do? Reshrouding. That's it. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Reshrouding.
No, you're good.
When I found out he did that, I was like, yeah, dude, would you mind doing this? And he was like, sure. And I sent it to him. I still got to send him some of the other masks that I would like to get done down the road, which for production. How many
did you buy?
Man, I got like 8 masks.
What the fuck?
Well, one of them is, he didn't buy them all.
One of them
I bought a few.
One of them is an aged mask that I recreated differently outside of what they did for 6. And a fun fact, I don't know if I told you, Mason, I originally wanted an aged mask for the fan film before Scream 6 revealed that they were doing an aged mask for their film. Yeah. So
I think it was Joe that had come up with that concept.
I mean, obviously, it's not something that they were like, Hollywood's like, you hear that? This kid that's a good idea. We're taking it. I'm not like trying to like be like they stole an idea.
That was only in Halloween.
But I was originally wanting to do that before they did. So then I was trying to figure out how do I bring in an aged mask that's similar but different, but also like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but so they did obviously in my concept, I wanted to bring in the original Scream mask too, like they did Billy Loomis and the other ones, which was cool too. But I originally wanted to bring in Billy Loomis, and that wasn't the case. So now my idea is
to bring in Stu Macher.
No, my idea is the stab. I have a replica, like the actual stab screen used mask from the stabbed the stab movies from the Scream universe. So that's what the mask is going to be. Quick
insert. If you ever get the chance to work with Matthew Lillard, you're bringing Stu back.
No,
I don't give a shit. We're doing that.
It's going to be a deleted scene for the movie.
Since we're on the topic, I say straight up, Stu is dead. Mason, thoughts?
I think his state of living is up to whatever will bring them the most money. So I think that's what they're going to decide.
Real talk. I love it.
That's perfect.
I love it. No, I love it. That's great. That's a good answer. That's true.
But no, in reality, I think I could go either way with it.
Right.
I'm not too picky. If he's dead, it's fine. If he's alive, like I think it'd be cool.
He's in a mental hospital with amnesia.
What I think, I would have been down for whenever it was the 25th anniversary for Scream 5. I would have been down for Stu coming back since they went back to the house. And for Dewey's death, the more I watch it, the less I like his death. The first time I saw it, obviously it hurt. It was impactful.
He cried.
He did.
Yeah, I cried. But the more I watch it, the more I'm like, man, like I would have loved to have seen, instead of him getting distracted by the phone, he got another Ghostface came from behind, and that was actually Stu.
Or just Stu walks in.
And then the other character got up and got him, and then both Ghostfaces gut him instead of just the one. So you got 2 gutting him. I think that would have been more iconic and impactful.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough that he died?
No, not my head. It's got to be dramatic or nothing.
My only dispute is that that scene gave us the gnarliest Call of Duty finisher that I've ever seen. So
Dude.
I
Yeah.
Dude, that was
they
raw.
added the Dewey
It
death
was.
scene in
Dude.
to
It was
COD,
really
and I was
dope.
like, all right.
Dude, yeah, when that happened, I was like, oh,
I think they're even adding it or added it to Mortal Kombat 1.
I think
Yeah.
I think that's like
Yes,
a
they did,
fatality.
yeah.
nice. Dude, the moment,
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of was feeling they were leading that way with the trailers, but the moment he stopped that elevator door and told them you have to go for the head, and he's like, why do you care? Or who cares? Whatever. And he goes, I do. And then it closed and he turned around. I was like, damn it, Dewey. Damn it.
he's like, here it comes.
I knew it, dude. I was preparing myself and it happened and dang. My
Who's
boy.
gonna tell Dewey that that guns work from a distance? I
Right.
don't know who,
Yeah.
Hey, just as
who
long as,
didn't
he,
inform him.
No kidding.
as long as he remembers to turn the safety off of his revolver.
Dude, we got so much crap on that, Mason, because I'm not a gun guy, and I didn't realize that revolvers don't have safeties. And one of the characters, had the safety on in the movie. And what's funny is on the set, one of our actors knew it didn't have a safety, but he was too scared to say something because it was his first time on a set, and I can understand that. And he didn't want to like ruin my chi or my vibe on set, so he didn't say anything. And then after the movie comes out, and we get a comment where somebody goes, "Revolvers don't have safeties," that's when he comes out and says, "Dude, I should have said something." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I knew revolvers didn't have safeties," and I was like, "Why didn't you say something?"
That's
No,
so
no,
funny.
Right.
What-
So
what-
now it's an inside joke, and in director's cut, we're gonna make that joke at some point.
So is TJ's ball.
Yeah. Hey,
You're not.
I'm the bell of the ball always.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, no kidding.
But no, like it was funnier when you found out that I knew that because I am a gun guy, and you're like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I'm like, "Because it was funny as shit."
So it's 100% certainty that no revolvers ever made.
Exactly. Revolvers, because back then they
Well,
they
back
didn't.
then, that's older revolvers.
Well, no, they don't. They don't make revolvers
That's
anymore.
not the question. You're skipping the question. All right, come on.
That's TJ's style. He'll skip over and hop,
Yep.
skitch, and a boat ride away.
All right, so
Anyways,
anyway,
The
Scream.
safety of a revolver is your thumb. You got to wedge it between the hammer and the firing pin.
Right.
That's the trick.
real good.
Boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so anyway, I've always had a fascination and love, obviously, for Scream. Love the first film. It's well done. One of my favorites.
Now, what is your favorite out of all of them?
Obviously, the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore was probably the craziest opening.
That's what I love about the first
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Exactly.
I was
It's
so-
an
I was
iconic
so-
opening.
And she's only in it for what, 10 minutes?
Maybe.
Yeah. I was
Not even.
I was so young, I didn't really know who she was.
Oh my
you know?
God, she's one of my favorite
But
actresses.
as I got
growing
older,
up.
I realized who she was, and I was like, oh.
Shit.
I think it's hard to get into because all that's spoiled now, right? So like you don't
No
get the
kidding.
same impact.
Sure.
You know? Like
Right.
Well,
and
Samara
Sorry, go
Weaver's, hers was pretty good.
Yeah.
You're right.
The more I watch Scream 6, the more I don't like that one either.
that one wasn't as impactful because she wasn't even really marketed as like a main character
Right.
like
No.
Drew Barrymore was. Like
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore
Right.
was set up in the original to be the main final girl, just to
Yep.
like
Die
really
in the
Yeah.
throw you
It's
in
like-
a loop at the beginning.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
think that was like right at the start of her mega stardom.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's already
Well,
done
she
like
had
Ready or
enough, like,
Not and a few
credibility.
others.
She was pretty big.
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
she,
she was-
just like respected Wes Craven so much
Yeah.
that she just wanted to
Well,
do
no, because he
Yeah.
actually wanted
Well, it
her
was-
to. He actually wanted her to be
Sydney.
Sidney Prescott,
it.
and she said,
Yeah.
"No, I'd rather be the opening kill scene. I think it's more impactful."
Makes more sense.
I think she was on, right on that one. But what about you? What's your favorite Scream?
My favorite one? Probably the first one, but I mean, I just feel like that's generic, so I'm going to go with the,
You're allowed to be generic.
yeah, well, then I'm going to be generic. Yeah, the first one.
The first one for me too. It's by far the best.
my-
It's the most superior.
Mine has gotta be 3.
I mean, that's a good one. I don't know why I get so much hate.
The
I think that was goofy. I
the
like
long
it.
lost brother. I'm like, and then also that's the first time you see them actually making stab as well. So it's like, I thought the story with Roman, I was like, dude, this is really compelling, and it's like you feel really shitty for him because you're like, he got screwed out of a life with his sister, his mom, all, and then it's like, wait a minute, You just killed a bunch of people. Fuck you.
I do gotta say I want to give Scream 2 some love because I do think it's a really good sequel. And it honestly, honestly, when it comes to openings, it's probably my favorite opening because I love the fact that Ghostface is killing somebody in a opening premiere stab, and everybody's just cheering him on, don't realize how real it is until she falls dead. You know what I mean? And it's just so
and then it's
amazing.
Right.
It's just
It's pretty good.
They really one-upped it from
good.
the first one. Like, I mean, the first opening is great, but what they did with the sequel, it was my favorite opening. What
It
about
was
you?
a really good one.
How do you feel about that, Mason?
It's like you're putting
Sorry,
him on
my
the
brain
spot.
shut off for
sorry,
a minute.
I just want to make sure.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure whether. I wasn't sure whether the question was because my brain was thinking of Will Smith jokes because Jada was the opening kill.
Yeah.
Dude,
So I was wondering whether I wanted to do "Keep My Wife's Blame"
Yes.
like or something like that.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
I was just too focused on that. Sorry.
No,
So was the question favorite opening or favorite screen?
No, what'd you think of the opening kill in 2?
Honestly, it could be a two-parter. How did you feel about the opening? And honestly, what is your favorite out of the 6 openings?
Are you asking me what's my favorite scary movie?
Yes, sir.
I'd say,
yes, sir, Mr. Ghostface.
Dalton reacts every single time.
I'd say the.
Please don't kill me, Mr.
the opening
Ghostface. I
kill.
want to be in the sequel.
I'd say 2 was my favorite for the longest time.
Nice.
I really love the costumes that they have.
Yeah.
I went back and rewatched 2 though, and I was like, wow, this is really overacted. It was like Nicolas Cage type of acting for a minute there. Not the bees! Like she's up there making faces. And it's like, dude, I don't know.
We're Nicolas Cage fans here.
Yeah.
Hey, but it's okay. Hey, what they did with Wicker Man, dude, that was like that. I mean, he deserves to get made fun of for that movie. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude.
I love Nick Cage
I
too,
I
man.
love Nick Cage.
Especially Willy's Wonderland. But anyway, they need to bring Nick Cage into Scream 7 is what they need to do.
Oh my gosh.
It's true. It's true.
I would love to see
But,
him in
That
that.
would be amazing.
But
Fantastic.
yeah, so where were we? You were talking about
Kills.
Talked about the Scream 2 opener, but I guess we were getting where your favorite was.
Oh yeah. So that one's tricky. Like I think my favorite, like as a film to watch, is always going to be the original. But I think my favorite, in regards to like Ghostface, like action, was definitely 6. He was so brutal and sick. Even though the story was like weak, the action was so good.
No, the fact that like because it was like a trick because like you think she's like the one and only, they're gonna kill her and he's gonna do that slash into the opening, Scream 6.
Yeah.
But it goes on from there. You see who the killer is, you follow him, and then all of a sudden you realize his killer friend is killed and somebody else is actually after the characters. Darn it, what's their name?
The Carpenter sisters.
The Carpenter sisters, and they want them to themselves, obviously, because we find out later that they're related to Richie and everything. But
no, they're not related to Richie.
Well,
they're related.
The dad
She's related to
That's he's the dad. But anyway, no, you're right about that because like you think it's going to end there with Samara, but then it moves on, and then that happens, and then you get the whole like who gives a fuck about movies, and then boom,
I thought it was really cool when he opened the fridge and there's his roommate in like 8 different parts. It's like, fuck.
Oh yeah.
Dude, and then he just gets brutally just stabbed.
That was a pretty epic
and then he's like, but we gotta finish the movie.
Nobody gives a fuck about movies anymore.
But yeah, no, I can agree with you there because that was pretty brutal because it was like besides what they did with Scream 4 where you think it's and it keeps going into stab 5, stab 6. But
really
Scream
screwed
6
with me.
was like the first time like we followed a character thinking that was it, and then we moved into another group of characters. But they were actually the killers.
Yeah.
Starting to be the killer, like he was testing in the waters and killing.
Yeah.
And you find out that the other guy was onto him too.
But like,
oh yeah,
like
you're
you
right
said
about that. That's good.
4 really because like
That threw me off the first time I saw that. I said, "What is going on?"
Like when 4 happened, I'm like, I know who it is. I know what's going, and boom, Tim. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'll say the killer reveal in 4 was pretty.
I thought it was Hayden the whole time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, damn, I'm not going to be able to look at Emma Roberts the same way because I'm like, and then she did Scream Queens, and it's like, damn, okay. Girls got this, horror thing down.
Yeah.
Your talent.
I do got to say with like the Scream 3 opening, because I grew up on Scream, and you kind of found out, obviously through the first 2 Screams, that Cotton Weary is actually innocent
Yeah.
and everything. So when you start Scream 3 off with him
yeah.
actually he's succeeding in business. He seems like he's doing good. Obviously he seems like he's kind of on the
Up and up.
because he's he thinks he's talking to a
killed.
girl, and he's kind of flirting with her, and he's got a wife at home, you know what I mean? But but for me, because he was innocent and all that happened, that was the opening kill. Like, to see him get whacked off the way they did so quickly, dude, it was it kind of blew my mind.
I would rephrase that.
I was
Cole.
gonna
Okay, the way he was
Whacked
killed,
off.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to know about you watching Cotton Weary get whacked off
Right.
anywhere.
Worst choice of words ever. I was wondering the same thing. I was like, I hope he noticed that.
I caught it, but I was hoping no one would say anything.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, we're just gonna move on.
Dude, you should have known I was
I
gonna
don't
say
think we
something.
watched the same Scream 3.
He went to Cornhub
You
and
saw
watched
the other parody.
he went on the parody porn site Cornhub.
Oops.
I think that one was called Cream 3. I think we're talking
There you
two
go.
different movies.
Instead of Scream 3, you saw Cream 3. You saw it in 3D, didn't you? You saw him get
40, baby.
You saw him get creamed in 40?
That was fucking gold. That was fucking gold.
Goodness.
That's a knee stop right there.
Dude, I about died over here.
Oh man.
But no,
Okay, so we gotta-
but Cotton Weary getting
Yeah.
killed off, that was like,
That was wild.
yeah, I was like, damn.
Well, because then he's like, just like him, like trying to put up a fight. And I don't know if you saw like the alternate opening, because I always saw a trailer with him like trying to climb through glass.
Yeah.
And I was like, where is that from? And when I finally got the DVD, because I owned it on VHS, and they didn't have that stuff yet.
Yeah.
But on the DVD, they had that, and I saw an alternate opening where he actually tries to climb out instead of trying to go for the golf club again.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that would have been more badass to see him get out and then Ghostface pull him down, yank him down.
That would have been pretty cool.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember I was watching something like 2 nights ago, and goes back to Scream 1, and it was when Tatum got killed, and they're like,
Oh my goodness.
how did she die from?
She got a head smash, bro?
Yeah, I'm like, did you not see her go crazy?
Right?
I'm like,
Like slam against the floor
Yeah.
many
Yep.
times.
and then her head got whacked into the top. It's like,
Yeah, she got fucked up.
Whacked, huh?
yeah. Hey, better than whacked off.
Same difference.
Her head got whacked on.
Okay. I got
Honestly, that's one of my favorite kills.
Okay, now it got worse. Getting whacked on.
oh no.
Okay.
Whack
You
off,
were
well,
one step ahead, and then you kind of.
Now we're
It
starting.
is Rose McGowan in the 90s. I would expect it.
Now we're starting to sound like a Karate Kid porno. Whack on, whack off, whack on, whack off.
Cream 7.
Oh no.
Ghostface is here to whack on and whack off.
Lordy
Goodness.
be. Moving on. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we gave most of these openings some love, but let's talk about obviously the called Scream 2022, but we all know it's Scream 5.
Yeah.
But I think that is for the whole like with the new technology and locks on doors and stuff like that. I think that was a really fun opening.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
It was terrifying. And then the fact that you get that call and he's like, do you think I made it inside the house? Okay, Mason, give us some Ghostface. Give it to us.
God.
Give us some Scream 5
see if I can
dialogue, baby.
remember it, I think. All right, let's see if I can remember. Did you think I could make it inside before you were able to rearm?
You love
I
it.
think that's the line.
I mean, yeah,
Is that it?
it's
Is
pretty
that
close.
one?
And then and she doesn't even get time to like react to it, and then he just freaking just whoosh.
Yeah, just gets
So-
it.
And
He's like, peekaboo.
she's our first and only opening
Survivor.
kill
Yeah.
survive, right?
Jenna Ortega, yeah.
I love Jenna Ortega.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about her yet.
It's such
Oh, I
a it's
love
a-
her.
it's such
When
a
she's standing
shame.
next to Aubrey Plaza.
It's such a shame that
Okay.
Melissa stood for peace, and they did, and Spyglass and all them decided to say, no, we don't stand for that. You're done." And then I love that Jenna.
Yeah.
I love that Jenna stood by her and said that I don't want to be a part of it either. But I don't know how I feel about Chad coming back, man. Like none of these.
Is he coming back?
The core 4 is not coming
Yeah,
back. Only
he's
one.
coming back.
Chad's back, but none of the core 4.
Dude, I don't know how to feel about Patrick Dempsey coming back, though.
I'm excited.
I'm like,
Mark.
I mean,
Come on,
but,
baby.
But see,
Oh yeah. You were telling me about that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, I know
So
that.
yeah,
I
we
know,
got most of the
I mean,
screams out
he's
of the way.
married to her, so I mean, why not?
Scream 7.
He's Dr. Sexy. Why not?
Yeah,
Let's
Scream
get him on
7
there.
is now currently in production. We know that Nev Campbell, Courtney
Called me in high
Cox,
school.
we know that they're all coming back.
All I've got to say about 7 though is if they don't kill Gail, it is a golden opportunity that they're missing because, she's just as iconic as
They're gonna bring
Sydney.
You know what they're gonna do is bring Stu, Randy, and Dewey back. That's what's gonna happen.
I don't know. I think they're going to do whatever they can to get money this time around. I'm going to be
100%.
honest. After all the backlash they got after the whole Melissa thing, I think they're mad desperate for reeling everyone back in.
Agreed.
Definitely.
And that's one way to do it is by killing off Gail, because they attempted to do it in 6.
At some point, if they like even Scream 8 or something, we need to just finally kill off Sydney in the opening kill, because if you go after other people, she knows Ghostface is back and they're coming. If you catch her by surprise and she's the first kill, boom.
I think the only way Sydney will be able to die and it not feel like cheapened because she survived like 20 fucking movies already is here's the scene. It's the hospital. She's 89. She's hooked up to a machine. Ghostface sneaks in and unplugs the machine. Title screen. I think that's the only way.
That's going to be the only way.
Here it is.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Scream 69.
There's way too many of them.
I'd be pissed if it didn't end like that.
Be like, but instead of Ghostface having the mask on, when he goes to do it, he takes the mask off. He's like, and then you find out it's Stu. Be like, bitch, I've been waiting 50 years for this.
Now they bring Stu back. Everybody's been clamoring for it for so long. We never get it until that moment.
And then he has a heart attack and kills over right there too. And then they're both.
And then it's confirmed dead.
No, and then another TV falls on his head.
Yeah, exactly.
And right before she dies, she goes, "Welcome to primetime, bitch."
Dude,
now you're trespassing into another series territory, which is also fantastic.
I love. That's actually where my love of Wes Craven started. Was Freddy.
Dude,
I read the book.
That's why they call him the Master of Horrors. Freaking Wes Craven, man.
Could you picture it? It's on the 69th anniversary of the first Scream. And then we finally get her killed.
Lordy be. That's crazy.
About damn time.
Right?
I think they kind of worked themselves into like a pickle with Sydney and just involving her because like she survived 5 films already, right?
Exactly.
So if you didn't kill her off in the first 5 films, why would she die now? She's like a seasoned vet at this point.
Yeah, there's no death for her.
If you get rid of her, then it feels cheap, and there's no risk of her dying. So it's like they lose.
See,
they do lose.
Now, somebody asked me one time.
Gail should have died in 6. Just saying.
Oh, I agree. They asked me, what would be the ultimate way for Sydney to go without it being cheapened? Well, there's an old saying in this film franchise.
Yeah.
You either
die a hero,
or see yourself as a villain.
Something like that. It's been a hot minute.
Finally live long enough to become the villain.
I don't give a fuck what it is. My point is,
know the words.
Dark Knight.
But
no, it's
not.
It's not.
But
call him out, dog.
My point is,
get it.
Gail finally flips because of Dewey dying and all this, and she becomes Ghostface.
What do you think of
and
that,
she
Mason?
kills Sydney.
No.
Scream 7, Gail's finally Ghostface.
No.
I think Gail should become the Joker, and then Sydney becomes Batman, then they bomb the hospital and recreate that scene.
Nice.
I think that's
that would be awesome.
with people as you're walking
Lure
away.
the ghost faces there and blow it up.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. They disguise themselves as like clowns or something. I don't know. They sneak in where you least expect.
But
So.
honestly, I think they really just to fuck with people. About halfway through the movie, one of the ghost faces get killed early, and it's with a TV to the face, so they think it's Stu. And then you find out it's not at all.
Dude, that would be wild, wouldn't it? To kill off one of the 2 Ghostface, like middle of the movie, and then you're not sure who the other one, because you demask and you realize who this one is, and so you're like looking at your friends, like, who else
the
is
fans
it?
are like, it's Stu, it's
guys-
Stu, and then you find out it's fucking Pretty Boy from across the hall.
You guys are making me
So
want
here-
to do a. You guys are making me want to do a scene where like somebody just happens to walk by a TV and bumps it, and it moves a little bit, and they're like, "Whoa, that was close."
That was stupid.
An end shot, just pan out, and the TV falls.
Yeah.
I think all memes and jokes aside, the way that I could probably get behind Sydney dying before the whole Scream 69 is if they did the cult route, right? And then
Right.
at some point, come to the climax, Sydney and crew. I know, I said the thing, but we.
Dirty boys after dark.
Now this is the real After Dark talk. So they're all surrounded, right?
69 after
And then all of a sudden, Freebird plays Kingsman scene. Sydney and the Co are taking down Ghostface after Ghostface. Heaven knows I cannot change. And then finally, one of them gets a lick in on her, and then that's where they do the big reveal with the giant leader Ghostface pops his mask off,
And it's
and
Stu.
it's and it's the skeleton of Billy.
Nice.
We got it. We got a gimmick.
Dude.
Call Rob Zombie.
No.
God.
Somebody get Spyglass on the phone. I think we got something.
I don't know, but I think her getting overwhelmed by like a large, absurd amount of Ghostface would be the only way. Where
The
like,
only
she
way.
would die and end up.
Yeah.
She has to be overwhelmed. You can't just be
100%.
like two fucking dudes.
Right.
or if she like
Maybe that's it.
sacrifices herself to save the like her, because I think the next one they're coming after her family, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
7.
So like her sacrificing herself, like they're hanging by a thread and she cuts the
Now-
thread. That I could see.
Now,
We'll see.
Nah, she's got a
here's the
baby,
crazy
she's
thing.
Yeah.
They've done, Billy's mom, Richie's family.
Mhm.
They've never done shit with Stu's.
Well,
That would be
The
an
only
interesting
thing
twist.
The only thing we got, which I didn't even know until like after the movie came out and I heard trivia, was that crap, what's that guy's name in Scream 5? What's the actor's name? Remember Macy? I'm talking about the guy who leaves the bar.
Richie?
Richie.
Oh,
No, not Richie.
No,
that one. The
you're
the guy at the
talking
bar.
about the girl, the
Played by
dude that was
Kevin
digging around with the,
Gallagher?
Yes, by
Kevin
yeah,
Gallner, something like that?
Yes, I know. Yeah,
Yeah, he's related to
yeah.
the Mockers.
I didn't find that out until like after I'd seen the movie and heard trivia that he was actually related
Well,
to.
yeah, but-
that he was like the nephew of
Yeah.
Stu, basically, because it was like
Yeah, but-
Stu's sister's kid.
but like
And I was
seriously
like,
though,
shit. That's why he died.
none of Stu's family has done the Ghostface thing yet.
That's true. Yeah, you're right about
It's because Stu's parents were so mad at him.
Yeah,
that. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's do
That's why.
it. You threw a phone
They're
at me,
so
dude.
mad they didn't want
But I mean, so like what if the twist for 7 is, okay, we actually bring Stu back, okay, but Stu's like a vegetable, like
Dude.
he's comatose, and that's the reason like his mom or dad snaps and finally fucking
All I
dons it.
gotta say is if they do bring Stu back at this point, he's gonna be so woozy.
I know.
I mean,
Shit,
it feels
he's
pretty
been
woozy, man.
losing blood for 30 years. Shit, I'd be too.
Love Matthew, so I would love to see
I think
Stu
they
come
could-
back.
They could probably get away with like if he did the
100%.
mental asylum thing where he like
Yeah.
pretends to be like
Yes.
crazy and too old and
Yeah.
like is wheelchair bound, but in reality he's not. Like
Right.
maybe that's something they
The
could
years
do.
of revenge.
Maybe he's not even in like a hospital. Maybe he's just back at home and they released him because he's like considered harmless because he's baking it or
He's
something. I don't know.
comatose.
I don't think
Right.
I don't know if he's that much of a mastermind though. I feel like he'd just kind of die by slipping on a banana
Masturbator,
peel
however.
or something.
He kind
if
of really
did
did.
make it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but I mean, I thought about that because it's like, I'm like, wow, wait, when you stop and think, Sydney's family, don the mask. Billy's family, don the mask.
Yeah.
Richie's family, don the mask.
True.
Who the hell had Stu or Randy's? What if Chad
Oh boy,
snaps?
that'd be stupid.
Because the core 4 is no longer
should've-
around; it's the core 1.
Him and Gail both should have died in
Oh, yeah.
6
Yeah, I mean, dude, he got stabbed. What was it like?
a million
He got
times.
stabbed like 25 times in 5, and then another like 50 or 60 in fucking. It's like
He's the next.
he's
He's like Deadpool or
no,
Wolverine.
yeah.
no. He's like the dude from Batman, Zaz. You know, he's got a check mark for every, murder, you know. He's got them all over, you
My
know.
goodness.
His card needs punched.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Well, he was trying to get that by Jenna Ortega, and then, she had to leave the fucking movie.
They're going to lean into sci-fi, and they're going to have it be Stu's consciousness uploaded as an AI, because that's trendy.
Either that,
And then,
That's trendy.
either
and then
that,
he's going to say, my parents are going to be so mad at me. And then send out a bunch of Ghostface spots out.
Right.
Instead of his parents, his creators are going to be mad at him.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
either that or they go the Fast and the Furious route and they go to fucking space or something.
Oh my gosh.
Ghostface
in space.
like we did.
Yeah.
Ghostface versus Myers in
Yeah.
space.
I don't know if you ever saw that, Mason. I made a fake teaser last year just for fun for Halloween where I did Chrome Face versus Myers in space.
You should do like an April Fool's joke where you promote it like it's an actual fan film, and then it's just
Right.
like a 10-minute clip of them playing like
That would be
Mario
dope.
Kart against each other or something.
Oh my God, do
Have
that.
that be posted.
Do that.
Let's do it.
That would be fun.
Do it.
Dude, we're sitting in a nursing home or something.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Mason will have to collaborate with you guys. It'll be perfect.
And then, dude, so just to fuck with people, though, make it even better, we CGI Matthew's face. We're like, here's your stew, bitch.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my god. Anyway, so I feel like as we're winding down to like our last like 15 minutes here, we
talked
talked
about every
about a lot
single
about
one.
the movies and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if like we want to, if there's any like kind of like last minute things we want to talk about before it ends, or if we want to maybe move on to just a little bit about like I mean, I don't got much to say about the Scream series because I wasn't a huge fan.
Yeah.
It was all right. The first two seasons weren't bad. Resurrection was a little like it was. I mean, it was cool to see the Ghostface mask back.
Is that the one that we watched together?
Yeah, that was
I
technically
liked it.
season 3, but they didn't
The
really bring
MTV?
back any characters.
Huh?
What was that on?
But
I
I
don't
don't,
remember.
know how
MTV?
how do you feel about the series, Mason?
Oh, the MTV series. The first 2 seasons, it was hard for me to get behind because it wasn't the iconic mask. And
Right.
Now, the mask, like I said, I'm a bigger Ghostface fan than a Scream fan. So, like, it wasn't in. I was like, oh, pass.
Honestly, that mask from the first 2 seasons looks like a blow up doll ready to give you a killer blowjob.
Yep.
I know it's Brandon James, and that's why they call it the BJ mask. But let's be honest, right? Like, there's another reason. But no, I think the story was good though.
Yeah,
I sat through the first season, and I thought the story was good. I just couldn't be reeled in because the costume wasn't banging.
Yeah.
Right.
I hear
Season 3, I liked.
Yeah.
I watched that one. I thought the twist was fun. Everyone else said that they didn't like it. I thought it was
we had
pretty
fun with
neat.
it. Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Speaking of the costume, you got the 25th anniversary. Which one did I get? Because I don't remember.
That's what we got. Yeah.
I think I got one 25th and then another one.
I kind of teased them up a little bit to kind of like make them a little bit more like raggedy, you know,
Yeah.
so they're not so perfect and pristine. But as far as like the reshrouding goes, man, Mason's the guy I go to. He's the man.
We can talk about our favorite kills out of all of the movies.
Yeah. we
Not
can
just
move
the
on to that.
opening kill, but what's your other favorite
But
kill?
let's give a quick what do they call that? Like a fun what do they call that? Like when you see in YouTube and they're like, let's give a last minute
Antidote.
before they move on to like number 1, they're like,
Final
let's
thoughts?
give some anyway, I don't know. Anyway.
Special mentions?
Yeah, special mention quickly to the game. Sarah and I really love playing the game. I don't know if you've played it, Mason.
Oh, it's so much fun. The Scream game.
No.
Which one?
I didn't know there was a game.
There's the Stop the Killer, and then there's the Funko one.
I think it's the Funko one. I
That
don't
was
think I
fun.
played
Yeah,
the
I
other
played
one.
them both. I just wasn't sure which one. They're both really
I
good.
played.
I didn't know there was another one.
I played
Yeah.
Friday the 13th and like Nightmare on Elm Street, but I didn't know there was a Scream one.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
fucking
We
fun.
actually should play that on the podcast one of these days. It's fun. It's fun. Just
It's
play the game.
got it's got voice acting with Roger L. Jackson. It's pretty amazing.
It's good.
It's so much fun.
But
You ever had a voice acted board game before? Well, boy.
Oh yeah,
There
it
you
was
go.
so good.
dude, yeah, I loved it, man. And I love that it gives you options because we played with some younger kids and teenagers.
I'm
So
thinking
you could be,
I'm
it
thinking
didn't have to be
video
so
games.
graphic.
No, it's a board game.
No.
Okay,
That's
that's
cool.
why I was
Wait a minute,
confused.
It's fun.
Daylight.
Yeah, it's an app, but
Yeah.
it's a board game
Then I
too.
remembered.
Well,
We
yeah, you played
it,
with
It's fun.
with my sister and
But-
her
It was
boyfriend. It was so much fun.
Yeah, so anyway, that honorable mention with the board game, moving on from the series and then back into the 6 movies we got. Mason, do you have any kills that stand out to you, sir?
Oh man. So I'd say
Got an idea.
aside from the Dewey one, which I brought up in COD, right? We touched on that earlier. That one's iconic. But I also really, this isn't a kill scene, but it's like an attack scene, so I'm gonna throw it in there.
Okay.
When they turned Chad into Swiss cheese, I thought that was pretty baller.
Wait, in the movie theater or
before?
No,
Six, bro.
yes, at the shrine. Yeah, at the shrine. Yeah, I know he turns into like Swiss cheese multiple times, but
I mean,
he was especially holy then.
See, that's another thing that I originally wanted to do before Scream 6 came out was have two ghost faces on screen at the same time, like attacking and killing people together. So whenever I saw Scream 6 do that too, I was like, there goes my mask idea. I can't do two ghost faces and stuff like that, but I've given some time and thought and stuff, and I'm like, I can still do it, and regardless if people think that I'm copying them or they did it first, it's whatever. If it serves a story, I'm gonna go for it. You know what I mean?
So somebody just brought up a really good point to me when we're talking about special mentions. We forgot about Dead by Daylight.
I don't really play it though. I know that Ghostface.
He's in
it.
it.
Scream.
He's in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've never played.
That Mortal Kombat.
So
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1.
We're not super huge on like video games and stuff.
I'm gonna
Board game.
hop in here real quick. Just a quick interjection since we're talking about the games. I'm actually working on a video that's talking about all of his different appearances in games because he's in a lot.
I look forward to that.
And
it's gonna be on his YouTube channel. Link in the description.
It's one of the things that's interesting is seeing whether the collaboration is with the Scream movies or if it's with the Ghostface costume brand because they have different rules for each, right?
Rules.
Like, for example, the Dead by Daylight one is with the costume, so they can't use any of the movie characters, but they can design whatever types of costumes they want.
There's a lot of different types, yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, whereas in Mortal Kombat 1, it's Billy Loomis. Like you'll see his face and everything.
Oh, that's dope.
And
And it's Skeet
and so
Ulrich
it's a
doing the
different set of
voice.
rules.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I just think that's interesting to see him in a bunch of stuff.
No, for sure.
Yeah, totally. My favorite kill is the garage door.
Damn it.
It's so fun. It's so
I wasn't going
fun.
to say that at all.
Man, it's so
Oh,
tough.
that's cool. That's
It's
what I
so
like, right?
fun.
It's
It's
just so
funny
like
because she gets stuck and
you
then
gotta
it's just
suspend
bonk, bonk,
belief
bonk,
and it's
bonk.
just, yeah.
I'm gonna
It's good,
say the two most impactful kills for me was Randy in Scream 2
Yes.
and Dewey in Scream 5. Are
Yeah.
the two most impactful kills for me in the entire series.
Cried like a little girl for days.
Well, I cried when I
still
saw
hear
Randy
about
die
it.
too, man.
Yeah.
And then I cheered like a little girl whenever Randy popped up in Scream 3 and he's like, "Hey everybody, how's it going, huh?" And I'm just like, "It's Randy!" I thought that was a great way to bring him back, man. Because that seems like something Randy would have done as create a video. That's awesome. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
That's why I want to homage that in a sense, and that's why I was mentioning that in the group we had, that it's a part of the story that I want to add. If it doesn't work, it's not going to take away, but it might add a little just coolness to it.
Little
to have
nostalgia.
to have David Arquette. Because Spencer, our friend Joe's playing Spencer Riley, who's a cousin to Dewey, like close but not super close. They obviously didn't live in the same area and stuff like that. But his death still hurt him. But he's gonna come across his video, and I just think it'd be interesting to hear him just kind of like. Just have he says something that's just going to be kind of maybe like impactful, maybe for the character or something, just in case. I don't know. I just think it'd be
always
fun.
check out the love interest.
So I mean, if I can get him on Cameo to do it, I'm totally down.
Yeah.
But even Mason's route, he said that he might know somebody like a lookalike that he might reach out to, and we'll see what happens. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's something that I'm definitely thinking about.
What we could even, maybe even if we can get it done, do it as a deleted scene.
Yeah. We'll see. But
talking about favorite, kills, I think mine is a toss between, because nobody ever mentions this one, and it kind of saddens me. Casey's boyfriend.
Oh, Steve?
Yeah, Steve.
Oh yeah.
The fact that, guts come, they come spilling out,
Oh, that's scary
That
movie.
is
My
scary.
bad.
that and in 6, the two wannabe killers,
Oh, yeah.
the way they were killed.
You felt bad for him? He just got done killing some Mara, bro.
No. I said the fact that nobody mentioned Steve's killing.
Oh no, but I thought you were talking about that.
No,
you was talking about them being impactful too on top of Steve.
No, that little bastard
don't know.
deserved to die because he fucked over Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Screw him.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You screw over your boy Spider-Man. You know?
One of my favorites that I got to talk about, that it's not a kill, obviously, but I just love the sequence in Scream 2 when Ghostface and Gale are chasing each other in that like quiet room, and she locks herself in, and then Dewey finds her, and then Ghostface stabs him from behind, and then he's spitting out blood and shit.
That was
and
a crazy moment.
That's a sequence that I love that moment. And then he finds the microphone, and he's like, Gale, and she turns around and sees, like, you think he dies, and like, of course, if you think I cried in Scream 5, I was crying then too.
Dude, you're saying that I got to go with Scream 6 for Gale and Ghostface.
That was a cool.
Wait, can you hold on a minute?
Yes.
What? And she hung up on him. I'm like,
yes.
dude, that
you gotta say that was a fun sequence. The whole, like, because like she's had enough. I mean, both Sydney and hers had enough of Ghostface at this point. Like, but the fact that she's just like, I'm gonna play it smart. Can I put you on hold? I'm gonna redial you, find out where you are. I'm gonna shoot you, motherfucker. I love it. And then he's surprised too, because she's like, "Can you hold on?" He said, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, because like right before that, he's like, it didn't save your boyfriend with all those muscles.
Yeah, all those muscles.
And
sorry, Mason, I'm doing it. Horrible justice, man.
Yeah, you're not as good as Mason.
And then she's like, "Can you hold on a second?" Huh? What?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a dick move.
Shame about your boyfriend. I guess all those muscles didn't help much.
Love it.
And then pop, pop, pop.
Yes. Love it.
Like how Ghostface
I'm sorry, Uncle. Yeah, Ghostface with a gun.
Right. Oh man, I
liked it. I thought it was cool. Ghostface with a gun.
Oh, yeah.
The shotgun.
The shotgun. I thought it was almost a little too much, but
yeah.
I mean,
it was fun. It was a fun sequence. I can't say it wasn't fun. It was definitely suspenseful.
I want Ghostface in a tank in the next movie.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Flamethrower.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, we got the flamethrower technically.
I think I just like the classicness of the knife.
Yeah.
So the gun was just kind of overkill to me.
Well, it's just as the
I think it was
here's an impression I'm good at, Mason, is Heath Ledger's Joker, but just as the Joker said, "Do you want to know why I use a knife? Guns are too quick. You can't savor all the little emotions." Yes. How was that? Is that all right?
Good. It was a round of applause. I can't make 50 of me, but just imagine 50 times. There we go.
Joke's on you, mother trucker.
I got sound effects on here, and I accidentally did that. Messed up.
No, what would have made that even better is if you'd have done that new one we have.
Oh Lord. Oh man, Mason.
Can Mason hear that?
No, I don't know. I don't think he can.
No,
but you heard it?
No, I can't.
Oh,
you can't.
bummer
Okay.
I
for
can
you.
imagine it in my brain.
Anyway,
when the video comes out.
Yeah, wait until the video comes out, and like you hear all of our all of us sounding so sexy, and you hear the sound effects stuff. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm gonna cut you off for just a moment.
I'm speaking.
I don't care.
I'm just kidding.
Hey,
with your hand.
I want to take a minute, as a special mention because, we didn't do this beforehand, but Mason's here now. Yes, this is coming out on Wednesday, but today, as of filming this, it is our great, director's 36th birthday.
Oh, snap.
So, I think we should all, take a minute and tell him happy birthday.
It is my birthday, isn't it? That's weird.
We've been here all day, bro.
Oh, shit.
You.
Oh, shit.
Happy
Ghostface.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ryan.
The camera's still rolling.
Happy birthday to you.
For
Clap, 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 clap.
for those of you on
Yeah, dude, that was a great end to my birthday night to rock this podcast with you. Not only that, but to hear Ghostface sing a birthday. I love that.
So for those of you on Spotify that are just hearing this, while Ghostface was singing "Happy Birthday," Ryan's sitting there doing the cha-chas.
Yeah,
he's like,
Shimmy.
yeah,
As you should.
he's like, I feel sexy.
So Mason can get a little visual too.
Well, he'll get the visual when he watches it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But like I said, you and I, we've been through a lot in 10 years. Going on, what is that in like 2 weeks? I think it's been 10 years.
Yeah,
It's coming up, real quickly. And it's crazy to think it's been 10 years.
I know, right?
It's like, holy shit, so much has changed. You know, I'm on the verge of 40. And it's like, fuck, I'm old. You know, but I mean, I think back to that night, and the first words out of your mouth is, dude, you'd be perfect to play Michael Myers.
Yep.
And then like you look back at the memories throughout the years, you'll be like, dude, I'm still writing the script. I haven't forgot about you. You know, it's just taking time. And
I know that's why I feel so bad with this project, because it's like I looked for a Ghostface like a year ago. I've known you now. And even just people around me informing them like back in 2021, 2022, that this was, I mean, because the seed was planted the premiere night of Scream 5. That was when it happened. So 2022.
Because originally we were going to start on Destroyed.
I was going to start on my original feature, Destroyed. And then now I'm focusing on trying to get this film done. And also, like I said, spending time as a father and with my son, like it's been I've been enjoying it. You know what I mean? Like I look forward to getting back to the creative arts and stuff. Oh, yeah. But I've been definitely enjoying this time and stuff. But it's been fun, and I've been telling people about it since then, and I definitely just appreciate everybody's patience and everything, that they have faith in me that this film is going to happen and get done. It's just obviously is going to happen in its own time, and I want it to happen when it's right, and I want it to be good, and not just as a fan and stuff, but I want other fans to watch this and feel like, and the cast and crew to feel accomplished. I want the fans to feel that we put out a really great fan film. I don't want it to be, I'm not trying to be the best fan film on YouTube or anything, but I want to be really acknowledged, like in the fan film community, that we put out something really well done. And just in all around everything well done, cast, crew, just cinematography, the music, which I'm going to use a lot of the original first 3 film scores, because I love the original classic scores for the film, and just so much else that I want to do with it, incorporate an homage and pay respect to it. And Wes Craven has always been an inspiration to me, so this has got a lot of love going into it, so I don't want it to just feel like another like slop fan film. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I appreciate again like Mason and everybody's time and patience, and we're gonna put out one hell of a fan film whenever it finally comes down to it, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm kind of hoping that we have a repeat of Halloween, though.
Oh, no. We're going to have it better.
No. Where somebody tries to steal our work as our own and say that they worked with us.
This is a fascinating story, Mason. So my fan film, Halloween Unforgiving, is, obviously out there on YouTube. And somebody decided to download it, and they put their film logo in front of my movie and said, me and RBG Studios made this movie. And I was like, dude, I was like, bro, this is my movie. And then finally, like we
reported the crap out of him.
Yeah, I posted it on Facebook, and like all my friends, cast, crew, everybody went and reported that video, and it got taken down.
And
so
he got banned from YouTube.
I think he ended up getting his account banned. I didn't mean to like ban him.
I got it on DVD.
Yeah, I didn't mean, yeah, I sent you a DVD, sir.
Yeah, I got it. It's on my shelf. I have it with my my Scream Steelbooks. It's right there with it.
That I got to say is still one of my biggest highlights, getting to autograph, my face on a DVD and sending it across seas.
Yeah, we had some people out in special mention. Shout out to Robbie Gribble from United Kingdom. He's a huge fan of our work in Halloween, and he's really looking forward to Scream.
I know him.
You know Robbie? No way.
Yeah, I think I have him on Facebook.
That's great.
That's small world, dude.
That's funny.
Yeah, but he supported the crap out of Halloween, and he's really looking forward to director's cut. So that's awesome. But I do plan on a quick mention, special shout out for anybody listening to this. First mention about of the year about director's cut. Before it's an official online for everybody to know. We will be running a second and our last Indiegogo campaign for director's cut this spring. So anybody who's down for that, be prepared to share the crap out of it. Let's get some people involved.
By the way,
let's make this happen so we can make the best project that we can and do what we can to make the best that we can. Great perks ahead.
If we can get the funding for it, there is a scene that I actually thought up last night that I would love to do. Real talk after dark in the Scream universe, and like one of us gets killed by Ghostface, as Ryan or Dalton or me, just as an added bonus.
Right.
Could you
If you
imagine?
want to,
We'll definitely have
if you want to add in,
Yes.
Totally be here.
if you want to add in like a voice message from Ghostface as a campaign reward,
Mm.
Oh,
let
that
me
would be
know.
cool.
I was
I got
actually getting ready to say that we'll have to collaborate in the future as I'm slowly getting it gathered and together, and we'll figure out some really cool perks that you want to be a part of. If
Ghostface will whack you
because
off.
I definitely would hate
Anything to help out.
Yeah, because I don't want to be the guy that's like, "Hey
I
Mason,
didn't sign up for that.
I need you to do. You're going to do a voice for this perk. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy, but like, if you're down for it, man, let's do it. So we'll collaborate
Yeah, I
and
love
think of some
that.
stuff.
Yeah, it's great. He didn't even hear it, dude.
What?
For $69, Ghostface will whack you off.
Jeez. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'll recite the entire script of Cream 3 in the voice for $69.
Love the segue. That's great.
Oh man.
Love it.
We need to have more
Um,
podcasts with him.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mason, you're awesome. I've enjoyed our conversations in the past and stuff, but I feel like this is kind of like our first our first like loose conversation. You know what I mean?
Loosey
Like,
goosey.
just kind of letting loose and just chit chatting. I love it.
You know what happens when you go loose, man? Cream 3.
Oh no!
Cream
Oh,
3.
no.
Anyway,
We
so
probably get
Not the
ending.
opening
Yeah.
fill.
yeah, I was gonna say so we're winding down at the end. We kind of went a little over, which is typical of us. We usually do, which is no biggie. But I really appreciate you being on here. I don't know if you have any final thoughts, anything last you want to say, Mason, before we call the podcast tonight.
Yeah, I have one very important message.
Oh,
I know it's not out yet, but once the Indiegogo is up, you better go ahead and show us like a little high five or something. Just do a little virtual share the link. It's okay. You don't have to
Boom.
give money if you can't.
I
It's
love
okay,
it.
Please. I'm not going to threaten you because we really just want support. So please,
exactly. That's really for
please help us. There's no
Like,
Ghostface threat.
the money gets it moving forward, but the support means a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
Give it, 69 creams up.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget 69. I'll do the Cream 3 read through.
Right, there we go.
Totally original script that I didn't just improvise right now. We
That I
got-
didn't just improvise.
No.
Awesome.
And-
Well,
And we'll even give you first look at the, as he said, the first fill of
Right.
Yeah, the
Cream
opening
3.
fill.
The
Yeah.
opening fill of Cream 3.
oh man. Well, I think that's been real, y'all. I've
Yeah.
enjoyed talking, Mason. Thank you so much for
Real
being
sexual.
Yeah. Thank you so
course.
much for
Wonderful.
being here.
Wonderful
Thank you for your
that is.
time. I enjoyed it, and
I wouldn't know.
we will definitely stay in contact. We'll talk soon, and
And
keep and and the last thing all I gotta say is I'll be right back.
hey, you never say that, Dan.
You never said
But
that.
again, before we go, happy birthday, man.
I think I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys
Happy
so much for
birthday.
being here,
It
Mason.
was nice
thanks,
meeting you.
Thanks for chatting.
Thanks, Mason.
I look forward to the future, man.
Anytime. Thanks for
And-
having me.
I look forward to even just down the road in person, because I know down the road it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, regardless if it's we
100%.
bring you out on set, we hang out outside somewhere, we meet at a con, or
No,
obviously the premiere. You're coming regardless.
We just have Ashley and Kevin pick him up on the way.
that too. But
Heck yeah. Road trip with Kevin.
let's do it.
Well, he's got to go to Texas for filming. I think this summer.
Nice.
So
Cool.
just have him bring him on his way back,
Let's do it.
and then we'll fly him back home.
Right. But all right, I'm gonna call it here before we keep on talking. That's I don't know if you've heard of the whole Midwest goodbye where you say goodbye like 100 times. But
Your goodbyes take about 30 minutes.
it's
You,
been,
you heard about the goodbyes and hellos in Hawaii, right?
right.
Aloha.
But no, for real, thanks again, Mason, so much. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to the future and collaborating more,
Definitely.
and just hanging out and just
Of course. Don't forget, I'm only ever one call away. Catch you later.
And that's it. Good night,
Thank you for watching Cream 3.
Oh my God.
Mason. Thank you so much, brother. Did you hang up?
Yeah.
That's cool. Hey, it was the end anyway.
Yep. No.
Mason, you're the bomb, bro. I love you. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. Did it go out?
Go.
We lost it, didn't we? Damn.